Hi, it's Jamie, Progressive #1, #2 employee. Leave a message at the... Hey, Jamie. It's me, Jamie. This is your daily pep talk. I know it's been rough going ever since people found out about your a cappella group, Mad Harmony, but you will bounce back. I mean, you're the guy always helping people find coverage options with the Name Your Price tool. It should be you giving me the pep talk. Now get out there, hit that high note, and take Mad Harmony all the way to nationals this year! Sorry, it's pitchy.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Blog Talk Radio. Welcome to Spiritual and Empowerment Living with international speaker, spiritual mentor, and best-selling author, Tia Johnson, as she discusses spiritual and women's empowerment topics to assist you in igniting your spirituality and empowering your quality of life. Let's welcome your host, Tia Johnson.
Hello and welcome, Spiritual Trailblazers. I am so thrilled, again, to be speaking with you. So November is a very special month because it is National Entrepreneurship Month. And you know, entrepreneurship is near and dear to my heart. So while this podcast has a lot to do with spirituality, there's also an empowerment part. And that part involves entrepreneurship. Even if you are a spiritual person who is an entrepreneur, it's all good. This still applies to you. So, following along with the theme for this month, I will be talking about there is no balance. And it kind of reminds me of The Matrix, where Neo is talking to the kid before he sees the oracle, and the kid goes, "There is no spoon." All right, so as I like to start each and every podcast, let's focus on gratitude, okay? I was reading one of Danielle Laporte's newsletters that I received, and she was talking about conscious gratitude. And I thought, yeah, that's the ticket right there. I know on past episodes I talked about proactive ways we can express gratitude, but conscious gratitude is something that we really need to figure out if that's what we're doing. You know, are we walking down the street and saying, "I'm grateful, grateful, grateful," but not letting it sink in deeper and not realizing that we are doing this almost on autopilot? That's what I don't want to happen. So I'm so glad I came across that newsletter. So today, focus on being conscious when you're expressing gratitude. Really think about what you're truly grateful for on a deeper level. So yes, you may be grateful for that caramel macchiato, but why are you grateful for that? Okay, how does it make you feel? All that. Dive into the senses, okay, when you want to be conscious in expressing gratitude. So if you want your voice to be known, there are several ways you can make that happen. So if you're just like, "Hey, Tia, you know, such and such about that podcast, it totally rocked, blah, blah, blah," here's how you do it. You can go to my Instagram page, which is Tia_Johnson_, and you will see a post there, and the description will state new episode alert. If you want to be a little bit more private and have a conversation with spiritual trailblazers like yourself, you can go to my private Facebook group, which is Spiritual and Empowerment Living. Also, if you're a bit old school, you can send me an email, podcast@tiamariejohnson.com. So I've been implementing a mini segment called "Oh, that was good to know" moment. So my "Oh, that was good to know" moment has to do with your iPhone. So if you're an Android user, sorry, I'm an iPhone user, so that's what I'm working with here. I recently discovered the health app tracks your steps. I did not know that. So many of my friends have the Fitbit, and I thought I'd probably have to get a Fitbit if I really want to track my health, my steps, etc. I stumbled upon this, and I thought, oh my gosh, I don't need a Fitbit. My iPhone is doing it all. So when you go to the health app, and the health app is the app that has a little heart in the right-hand corner, And as you click today, it'll tell you your steps, your activity, so your walking distance, how many floors you took per the walking distance. You have your health data, sources there, and medical ID. And this is what I really want to get into. So your medical ID is important. You want to have this on your phone in case there is an emergency. Your medical ID, you can include anything you want in here. So if you don't want to get too personal, you don't have to do that. I have here several things like my medical condition, my blood type, and emergency contacts. Okay, so if something happens to you and you can't talk, or you're just like, oh my gosh, I need to call someone, you would click the button that your thumb would be on. So if you close out your phone and you just hold your phone in your hand, the button that would turn the light on and off when your phone is closed, that's what you click 5 times real fast. Okay, and that would contact your emergency contact. If you have more than one contact, you just pick one. Okay, now if you can't do that and you just need to show someone your medical ID, for example, one time my body reacted badly to medicine and the EMT was asking me what I was allergic to. I really was not in a position to give him a lot of information. I just had a hard time talking. With your iPhone, once you set up your medical ID, you scroll up. I'm sorry, not scroll up. You hit the home button, okay, till you see the touch ID or enter passcode. You tap emergency, tap medical ID, and your medical ID pops up. And they can read the medications you're taking, what you're allergic to, etc. All right? So that's my, that was good to know moment. Now to the topic. This is interesting because I discovered a very long time ago that being in balance really is all about not being in balance when it comes to entrepreneurship. As a kid, I would think, who are these people that would drink the 8 ounces, 8 glasses of water, ate all their vegetables, and, that whole pyramid? Like, who does that daily? Who balances their life like that? And I realized that you had to be extremely, extremely crazy, obsessed with that to get that balanced diet each and every day. Well, that's how it is in entrepreneurship, and even in our personal lives. I don't believe that there's actually a set in stone balance. I think it's whatever's balanced for you. So what I like to do is describe my life as beautifully chaotic, and I talked about that in a recent newsletter. So what I mean by that is, there are things that are just like a whirlwind in my life, and I love it. I'm going to events, meeting new people, traveling, things like that. So again, it's like a whirlwind, but it's beautiful, and I love it. That's my type of balance. So to kick this off, I want you to throw whatever concept of balance you think you think of or you believe in, and just toss it to the side for a moment and recreate what balance looks like for you. So it may be more on sports activities and less on reading, or maybe the time you spend with your family is involved with the sport, so you guys don't have much downtime. But that's okay because you like high energy, high impact activities. So figure out what works for you is what I'm saying here. Okay, don't get caught up in what other entrepreneurs are doing, and they want to wake up 4 a.m. and run all that stuff. That's what works for them. That's how they keep their life in balance per their idea of being balanced. Your idea of being balanced is waking up late in the morning, taking your time, then getting to work. I read an article about Princess Margot, who she would have breakfast in bed. She would wash all that. She'll go downstairs, have some vodka. She really didn't start her day till the afternoon. And I thought that was pretty cool. So that's one way to look at it. Next, what can you delegate? That's important. As entrepreneurs, we want to be in control. We want to be in control of as much things as possible. You don't have to. You can oversee things and delegate. Okay, you will quickly burn out if you try to do everything on your own. In the beginning, you may have to do a lot on your own, but there is the barter system Sometimes people will help you at the kindness of their hearts, but you don't have to do it all at the same time. When I started out, I did not have much, okay? I didn't have many crystals. I didn't have many books. I just discovered Blog Talk Radio. So, you're always going to work your way up. So don't feel like when you start out, you have to be on every social media. You have to do everything. You have to have the perfect newsletter set up, the perfect website, and you got to do it all by yourself. No. Next, I want you to do nothing sometimes. Absolutely nothing. Do not feel guilty if you want to binge watch something on Netflix, okay? That's okay. Don't worry about it. Next, opportunities, being out there consistently, and luck is one of many equations to being an entrepreneur who is, quote unquote, balanced, but really unbalanced. You just got to be open. You got to be receptive. You just really got to get yourself out there, but know that you don't have to go to every networking event. You don't have to go to, the ends of the earth to meet this one person. You don't have to do that all the time, okay? And it does involve a little bit of luck. Sometimes it really is about being in the right place at the right time, but don't let yourself think, I got to be in balance. I got to get up early. I got to get all my emails done. I got to do this, and then I can focus on maybe connecting with someone during these hours. Don't have a rigid schedule like that, unless that's what really works for you. But still, you want to be flexible. That's the thing, because you have something set in stone, then you're less likely to look at other places for opportunities, etc. Make time for breaks. So this is different than doing nothing. Breaks are just when you need to walk away from the computer. You just need to walk away from the work, go to lunch, take a 2-hour lunch, come back. And do not overwhelm yourself. That is key, okay? Invest in self-care. Invest in self-care. You have to. You really, truly have to. Don't skip out on that, because you will become overwhelmed. Okay, you will. Hands down, no doubts about it. So, a quick recap. I want to keep this podcast short, sweet, and simple, because this is how I'm going to be in balance, because every podcast doesn't have to be 30 minutes. So, one is to know there is no balance, right? It's really how you want to approach your life each and every day as being an entrepreneur. Delegate as often as possible. You don't have to do everything at one time by yourself. Sometimes you need to do absolutely nothing. Be open to opportunities. Be out and about consistently, and know that it is a little bit of luck that's involved in being a successful entrepreneur. But don't feel guilty about these things, okay? Take breaks, go to the coffee shop, talk to a friend, chill, and don't overwhelm yourself, okay? You don't have to. Some projects will be overwhelming, but again, take the breaks, etc. All right, so bam, short, sweet, and simple. All right, I want to tell you to, again, follow me on Instagram. I'm going to be Insta-storying my trip to Ghana, all that jazz, so it's going to be fun, guys. Also, if you haven't already, get on the newsletter list, because I have stuff there for people that I really share only on the newsletter. So go to tiamariejohnson.com and, sign up for the newsletter. You'll receive freebies depending on which freebie you sign up for, and then you can have a wonderful, magical day. So, again, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day filled with many blessings, and I will talk to you guys soon.
Thank you for joining Spiritual Living and Empowerment with Tia Johnson. Don't forget to subscribe and tune in to the next show. Want to continue the conversation with Tia? Follow her on Twitter, Instagram, and Periscope at Tia_Johnson_. Have a wonderful day filled with many blessings.